Hi guys, it's Suzette from Anewyoricanthing Kitchen. Today is exciting. I'm so excited. I'm here with my Titi Olga, my mom, and we are going to make pasteles. You heard me. Pasteles are happening right now. I have two guest appearances today. My mom and Titi Olga. She's the OG of pastela making. She's gonna be teaching me how to do that. So we're going to dig our hands in. Everything we need to make the pasteles, we have guineos, we have plátanos, potatoes, yuca, pernil. So we're gonna cut this all up. You're gonna start seeing everything that we need to do. You're also going to need chickpeas, olives, pumpkin, your paper. We also have achiote, which we also need for this. What you want to do is cut into the meat and make it into small, bite-sized pieces.
Make sure that you take all the meat out of the bones. Some people use the bones sometimes for soup, but we throw it away. But some people use it for soup, like I said. But make sure that all the meat is out of the bone. You see this part here? This part here you don't use. Okay, you just use the meat. That's all you have to use, only the meat. And this part, sometimes we put a few pieces on the meat, but not all the time. You don't use this part either.
So we're working on the guineos right now. Okay, so you see how it's being cut on the tip, and we're putting it in lukewarm water. It allows for you to peel the bananas a lot easier. So it's a good trick to do that first.
There's a neat trick to do when you get a little bit of the peel. Take a teaspoon and just scrape it very lightly and get out whatever little from the peel is left on the banana itself, you see? Nice.
To peel the yautia, you need to use a knife and not a peeler. The skin is just too tough. The potatoes are peeled, the plantains are peeled, and the yuca are peeled. Make sure when everything gets peeled that everything is nice and clean. When cutting the pumpkin, cut it in pieces and leave a little bit of the skin on it.
We're gonna start cooking the meat now.
So you want to add enough water to cover the meat.
Yes, give me more water.
A little bit more water.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is the way we cook the meat. We put some sofrito. This is sofrito homemade. We put sazon. We put adobo. We put black pepper.
And this is all to taste, right, Titi?
This is just for the taste.
This is for tasting, so
And
as you're
some salt.
cooking it.
Some salt.
Right. So as you're cooking it, you may have to add more salt, more
More water, yes. This is just the beginning. And we put a little bit of the achiote to give it a color.
And then you're just going to let that boil and cook.
Okay, now we're adding recao or culantro. However you could find it, because different places you find it with different names. But this is the leaf. This is the leaf. And it's very, very tasty, it smells so good. And you just put it on top of it, and then you let it boil.
After you add all the ingredients, make sure to cover it and let cook. Okay, so back in the day, this is how we did guayal. So you're going to, if you do not have the machine, which we're so lucky Titi Olga does, but this is how it was done back in the day.
Yeah.
So all this stuff, you would just use the grater to grate it all down if you didn't have the machine. When you're making a big batch of pasteles, you really need a big pot. Just saying. You're going to go a little less, then obviously the pot's not necessary. So we do have a machine. Titi Olga does have a machine, so we are lucky that we do not have two guayal. So I'm going to bring this over, and by the way, it's really heavy, so be careful if you have one of these. And we're going to set it here. A little closer, because we want it to, once we're feeding in the the vegetables, you want that to go right into the pot. Work smarter, not harder. When you're adding the vegetables to the machine, food processor, or using a grater, you want to change up the vegetables. Plantains, bananas, pumpkin, that kind of sequence. When everything gets grated and in your pot, all your vegetables are done, you want to get in there with your hands and really mix it up and make sure everything is nicely blended. So now we have to add some of the water of the pernil. So we added some of the juice from the pork that we did previously. Now we're going to add some evaporated milk. So far the evaporated milk we're going to do, because we're doing about 100 pasteles, is about 4 cans of evaporated milk. Pasteles is all about touching it and moving it with your hands and getting the right consistency. So measurements are kind of questionable at this point. They can't really pinpoint them. It's about a feeling and how your masa is going to come out. Some achiote that we did previously, going to add that to our masa. And we're just going to mix that in. Look at how beautiful that looks. Oh my goodness. I wish you guys could actually smell this, because it's not even cooking and you can just, it smells delicious already. So again, this is by feel, touch, and taste. That's how you're gonna know if your masa is really good.
It looks pretty good.
Okay,
good.
some sofrito. This is to give it a more taste.
Sofrito, it's all about the flavor. It's gonna give it another layer of flavoring.
Like 2 of those tablespoons?
2 tablespoons of some achiote.
The masa.
The masa.
You don't want them too big, right?
Right.
That's good enough.
I think so.
Okay. About a spoon and a half.
Spoon and a half. Gonna put the pork.
The pork, the meat, the olive.
And the chickpeas.
Okay. Now we fold them. Okay, and then what we do, we put 2 pasteles together.
And we have the string
This
already.
is the string that we already cut.
Pre-cut.
And all you're gonna do is wrap it like a gift. So you're gonna go twice around.
Then you go like this.
And tie.
And voila. See?
There. Beautiful.
Okay. Here they
Okay,
are.
two
Here are
down.
this is the pasteles.
Okay, well, this is the finished product after hours and hours of hard labor, by the way. There's the pastele. I'd like to thank my titi Olga and my mother Gladys for helping me and teaching me the old school way. See you soon.